Las Fierbinți has always been more than just a comedy series. It is a mirror of the Romanian village, with all its tenderness, absurdities, and contradictions. The episode Stegulețe stands out as one of the most nuanced and melancholic pieces hidden behind the laughter. On the surface, it revolves around the simple idea of decorating the village with flags, but beneath that, it tells a story about pride, belonging, and the fragile nature of identity. It begins in the quiet morning of Fierbinți, where Gianni, forever the dreamer and hustler, decides to beautify the village by planting small flags along the main road. His motivation, as usual, is layered with comic pretension. He imagines tourists coming, cameras flashing, and himself being hailed as a modern visionary. The flags become a metaphor for false progress, for the illusion that appearances can replace substance. When the mayor, Vasile, hears about it, he immediately wants to turn it into a political gesture. Suddenly, the Stegulețe are no longer symbols of local pride, but of propaganda. He orders more flags, demands speeches, and calls the villagers to celebrate this act of patriotism. In a few minutes, the absurd bureaucracy and self-interest of local governance become visible in a way that is both hilarious and deeply unsettling. Behind the laughter lies a commentary on how easily noble symbols are co-opted and emptied of meaning. While Vasile prepares his speech, the camera lingers on Dalida, quietly rolling her eyes. Her presence is always subtle, yet she serves as a grounding force. Through her, we sense the exhaustion of ordinary people caught in the machinery of inflated gestures. Her remark that the village doesn't need flags, but roofs that don't leak, becomes the moral pivot of the episode. The scene then transitions to Bobița's bar, the true parliament of Fierbinți, where the villagers debate the flag operation over cheap beer. Each character interprets the act differently. Celentano sees it as a tribute to national pride, while Firitel, perpetually more grounded, points out the ridiculousness of celebrating symbols when daily life is falling apart. The dialogue, sharp and rhythmic, reveals a society that clings to signs of greatness because the substance of greatness is missing. This is where the episode transcends comedy and becomes tragicomic. Through laughter, it exposes the collective yearning for dignity. The Stegulețe wave in the dusty wind, both proud and pathetic, as the characters project onto them their need for purpose. Later, when the flags start to tear from the wind, Gianni becomes anxious. His grand project begins to disintegrate, mirroring his own fragile dreams. There's a long shot of him standing in front of the broken flags, staring at them in silence. For a moment, the clown becomes a poet. The irony dissolves into melancholy, and the audience is forced to confront the sadness of unrealized ambition. The episode reaches its emotional core in a conversation between Gianni and Bobiță that happens late at night. The bar is empty, only the flickering TV screen illuminating their faces. Gianni admits that he thought the flags might make people happier, that maybe something colorful could hide the grayness of their lives. Bobiță laughs, but then confesses he understood. That's why he didn't stop him. This small exchange, so simple and unpretentious, captures the essence of Las Fierbinți, the search for light in the darkness, even when the light is artificial. In its final scene, the camera pans through the village, now quiet. Some flags remain standing, others are gone, but the music in the background carries a tone of gentle irony. It is both a farewell and a promise, as if saying that even in failure, there is beauty. The power of Stegulețe lies in its layered tone. It invites laughter, yet ends with reflection. It is not merely about villagers or politics. It is about all of us, our human need to leave a trace, to color the monotony with something that matters, even if only for a moment. Personally, when I watched the episode for the first time, I remembered my own childhood village where people would paint fences before every national celebration. The paint would peel within weeks, yet those days felt magical. Stegulețe evokes that same bittersweet nostalgia, the desire to belong, the illusion that we can fix our sadness with color. Compared to other episodes, this one shows maturity in tone and cinematic composition. The direction uses long takes and slow pacing, letting the silence speak. The humor is no longer slapstick, but existential. It feels closer to Italian neorealism than sitcom tradition. Even the lighting contributes to meaning, bright in the morning scenes when hope is alive, fading into dusk as the truth emerges. The story, though small, becomes a parable about Romania itself, bright flags fluttering over a weary land. By the time the credits roll, you realize that the episode has done what great cinema does. It makes you laugh, then think, then ache.